Hey guys, it's Boomer, and I have a super exciting announcement. We here at Service Entrance People are now officially brand ambassadors for Reaper Apparel Company. We could not be more excited to join their roster and to help promote their brand and their entire community. And just like Pixie and I have battled anxiety and depression, so have the folks at Reaper, and they know that the present is not something to waste. It's all about trying to be the best version of ourselves every single day and making our dreams come true like we're doing here on Service Entrance People, and the folks at Reaper are as well. So please join the Reaper community, check them out. Go to reaperapparelco.com, use the coupon code ServiceEntrancePeople for 10% off all of your purchases, and you can check out the links in our Facebook and Instagram to get 15% off as well. That's reaperapparel.com, promo code ServiceEntrancePeople.
You got to make a reservation. It's very difficult to get in.
Well, it's okay. I'll use the service entrance. I'll see you at 9.
Welcome
and bienvenidos
to another episode of Service Entrance People. I am Boomer.
And I am Pixie. Hola.
Hola, Pixie. For those of you who are new to the show, just jumping in, this podcast is for and about the gritty, underpaid, underprivileged service industry workers of the world.
Unite!
We have clearly made some wrong turns in our lives because no matter what, we have ended up here in jobs where no matter our talents, our art, our skills, we end up dealing with the infamous Karens and Florida Man.
Florida Man.
And Mr. and Mrs. Von Uppity on a daily basis, day in and day out. You and I, we walk through the parking lot of broken dreams, and we enter through the specially, sadly marked side door. You know the one.
The service entrance door.
That's the door. If you are interested in listening and sharing in the war stories of the industry, and if you're curious as to what us,
the help,
are actually thinking, we are going to be sharing with you stories of the strange, shocking, and hilarious, because laughing is the only way we can make it through the day.
That's absolutely right. This industry is one that we've come to truly love, and we don't know why.
No.
But here we are, dealing with the masses day in and day out. And although you might hear bitching and rants about how we have to work at work and deal with all of you...
And each other.
We kid because we care. There's nothing in this world we would rather be doing except maybe
this here podcast.
Correctamundo.
For your ears. Also, please do us a favor. If we're not for you, then listen anyway. Hate listen, rage listen, binge listen us. Heckle us, because we know that the only thing better in this world than a good horror movie is a terrible fucking horror movie. As Pixie so perfectly puts it, if we're not for you, press play and walk away. That's right. Give us those all-important spins, but just, maybe don't listen.
Yeah, leave it for your pets.
Exactly. They like us, by the way.
They're big fans.
They are huge fans of ours, partially because of the cat interns.
Yeah.
One final disclaimer. This show, like the industries we cover, comes with some spicy fucking languages.
Ay, 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 muy caliente.
You have been forewarned.
Fuego.
Do us a favor. Please listen, like, subscribe, share, rate and review. That's the big one. Rate and review. 5 stars with a written word review.
Cinco stars.
On whatever platform you are listening. It helps us move up the charts, and the words don't matter.
Yeah, press
just that
the
there
predictive
are words.
text 5 times. Just press the predictive text 5 times.
And whatever it says, and that just means that we get to move up those charts and get closer to doing this thing for a full-time living.
Yeah.
Us. Taking what we're given, because we're working for a living, man.
We are working women?
I am. I hustle my pussy, that's all I know, as you always say.
You gotta hustle that pussy.
If you want to help support us and get us off of the restaurants and into something more respectable, patreon.com/serviceentrancepeople. You can be a producer at many different levels. No matter which one you choose, you will be able to get free stuff. You'll get access to bonus materials. And if you are a Von Uppity, if you are an executive producer, you get your name said at the end of each episode. You can also help us out by becoming a content producer by emailing us oodles of your fun life stories to serviceentrancepeople@gmail.com. You can leave us a voicemail at 854-345-7721 if you're not into the whole writing things down and you just want to vent out a particularly crazy thing that just happened. We do love that on our little voicemail action, so please take advantage of that as well.
Or you can message us on Facebook if you're sitting there and you're scrolling through on the toilet and you realize, hey, I got a really good story when I was doing customer service and it was crazy. Just go to Service Entrance People Podcast on Facebook, or you can DM us at Service Entrance People Pod on Instagram.
Girl, who all up in your DM?
Hopefully people who love this podcast.
I hope so. And if you are not into a whole full-on commitment type thing, you can also hit up our PayPal, which would be wonderful, which is at Service Entrance Peeps.
Beep, beep, beep.
One-time donation, doesn't matter, $1 or $1 million, everything helps the program. And if you're interested in some limited edition merch, please reach out to us on the Facebooks or the Instagrams. We would love to hook you up with some of our first-run t-shirts that are now quickly going out of sale.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they're flying off the shelves right now. We've got just a few left, so if you want some of the inaugural run of Service Entrance People merch, now's the time to speak up, man.
Yeah, do that.
Now, this part, Pixie, this part of the show is an important part, and I'd like you to highlight it as you do weekly.
This part of our show is highly sponsorable.
So sponsorably high, it's ridiculous.
Shocking that
it
it's
needs
still
to stop.
sponsorable.
Stop being so sponsorable. Knock it off. Close your legs. Let somebody fill you with their sponsorship dollars here. It's time for us to lock the doors, crank up the tunes, and grab our shifties of the week. Now, Pixie, I forget who went first last week. It probably wasn't me because I think I was drinking lemonade or tea or something.
I don't know. I'm still sick,
Yeah,
so I
it's
have
now,
no idea.
It's now 3 weeks going on the plague of Service Entrance People. So I am going to push through anyway and attempt to drink a beer.
Good for you.
Probably not smart, but then I've done dumber things in my life. So, it is what it is. So we are going to go to Asheville, North Carolina for the Highland Brewing Company Pilsner. It is golden and crisp, 5.5% alcohol by volume. It is lager brewed and canned at Highland Brewing Company in lovely Asheville. Crisp and dry with herbal and floral aromas, all from German hops. So, let's do this.
That's a good crack.
And I didn't spill any of it on me or the microphone.
Proud of you.
It's clearly because I'm still sick. I think the level of care in there was much higher.
Well, I personally already jumped into drinking.
You did.
So...
I just bumped into things.
See, I knew you couldn't have a good streak.
No.
So mine is Triple Tail Tropical Indian Pale Ale, and
Nice.
it's from Sweetwater Brewing Company, Fort Collins, Colorado,
Hell
and
yeah.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Georgia?
Georgia.
Georgia.
You know that dropping and crossing
Sweet
got me all
Joda.
kinds of silly. So it has a clean bitterness, tangerine,
Clean
paella,
bitterness.
pineapple, 5.5 ABV. I'm going to tell you right now, I can't confess to the bitterness because I'm also drinking it with a cough drop in my mouth.
Nice.
So,
That is classy right there. Well,
Yup.
cheers to you, Pixie, and to your life choices.
thank you. Thank you very much.
Now, let's see here. Where are we? We are episode 32.
32? What?
32. This week's episode is entitled... I'd give it 0 stars if I could.
The review show.
That's right. We are one of the biggest feedback shows that we did was the episode where we reviewed bad reviews only of places that we have worked in the past.
Yes, we don't currently work there when these reviews have been written.
Correct. So I was happy when I came up with a concept of that, and it actually seems to have garnered some love out there. So this is one that we were inquired about returning to, and we were happy, more than happy, to dig through the archives of places we used to work because at the end of the day we are kind of petty Betty little bitches.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, it is what it is. Traveling down memory lane in the best, most petty boat possible.
Let's see how much these places suck now that we're no longer
Exactly,
there.
because if it wasn't for us, then the place just falls apart.
Exactly.
I'm the most important person that works here.
Yeah, I want to believe that.
Yeah. Before we get into it, though,
Mhm.
I would like to, because you know me and the stats and obsessing over our analytics, we have some really cool listenership overseas in Spain.
Yeah.
And it's something that is just sort of tickling me right in the fancy. And so I did want to take out some time on the show to say hola to
Hola, España.
our listeners and España, like clockwork, man. Like literally every week when I first post the episodes, when they're first out, and I'm looking at the first wave of returns, like our Spanish listeners are like right there, right when each episode comes out. So that's fucking awesome. We appreciate it. It blows our mind that, there's stuff going on worldwide with this little show of ours. So thank you for your support.
Yes. Gracias, España.
Gracias.
We see you and we appreciate you.
See, very much so. Now, we appreciate you more than we appreciate the places we used to work.
Yes.
So let's get into some mudslinging, shall we? Let's make ourselves feel better about ourselves.
Absolutely. I have one from a restaurant I formerly worked at.
Okay.
It was, according to this person, very average.
Nice.
Took forever to get our food.
Yep.
Veal parm was overcooked and tough. Ravioli was good with the fish. Overall, though, we were disappointed.
So the ravioli and the fish were good.
Yes.
But it was average.
Average at best. Very average.
But the veal parm was overcooked and tough.
So 3 stars.
But we were disappointed.
Yeah, 3 stars.
Ratings blow my mind, man.
I know, they're super weird.
Like, it's... As a child, when, being in school and stuff, and you always got pissed off when you didn't understand why the teachers graded you a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is this a this and not a that? Like, what's your criteria, man?
Yeah.
Like, it's even worse as you get to be a grown-up and now this shit. You're like, what are you judging me on?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's hard,
how?
especially for essays. I know that was
What's
always
up, essay?
one. Hola. Seriously, though, essays in English, it always depended on my teacher. If my teacher really liked me, it was pretty easy breezy because I'm a pretty creative person.
You are.
But if my teacher didn't like me, my dyslexia was not my friend.
Interesting.
Yeah. We were not amigos. It was not cool.
I definitely, by college, learned how to play to the crowd.
Oh, yeah?
With some essays and stuff. But yeah, it's very weird because you feel like there's no like stringent criteria, and that's kind of all you want. And same thing for reviews, like...
And God help you if
Can
you
we please figure out what a baseline is?
Yeah.
Like, what exactly is a 3-star? What does 3 stars mean to you? That should be the first question before you're allowed to put stars. Like, what does 3, not anyone else, 3. What does 3 stars mean to you? You have to answer that and then go into your review.
I'm going to give you
for every review.
I'm going to give you a free one. When I was doing my homework on this, there was one that I was going to put in here, and we're not going to talk about it. I'm just going to say this. They wrote, it had 2 stars, and they were like, just not for me. That's it. How is that a descriptor?
That's nothing.
I don't understand. Did you like the decor? Was the menu not for you? Did it suck at all? Did you actually eat there? I have no idea.
And why 2?
Yeah, why the 2?
Like,
why not just do 1? Why even
or 3,
rate it all?
Or again, 3. Like, it's fine. It's just not for me. Like, that's what I take from that. That's not an aggressive thing. My word, people. We need to have seminars on this shit. All right. So, a restaurant that I worked at not too long ago.
Oh.
Tonight was a little different than any of my other experiences at said restaurant. We made reservations at the same location, and the service is usually good, but tonight, not so pleasant.
Ruh-roh.
We were seated in time, but still had to wait a few more minutes for the rest of the party to arrive. Parentheses, they were accommodating on that. So good on you, restaurant, for not being a shit. Our waitress seemed a little agitated, but we understood how stressful the job could be. Also, it's stressful when the entire party, especially if it's a large party, is not there at once.
Yeah.
That will absolutely throw a server into a tizzy. Our biggest issue was the food prep time and delivery to the table.
Okay.
We weren't asked how our sliders should be cooked, and they came out medium.
Standard. That's standard for meat.
Yeah, so when you're looking at small patties of meat, especially ones that are thin, you can't really temp them.
Yeah.
And you can't, for meat...
Actually, I'm impressed you got it medium.
Well, yeah, it's usually medium well if you're lucky.
Usually
can't
it's a
temp
hockey
it,
puck.
and it's incredibly not legal to serve meat undercooked to a certain degree. And when you're when you're talking small, thin patties like that, it's not a thing. But
I'm totally impressed.
But that's also something that I don't know that maybe most people understand or know. And certainly I know restaurants and servers are really bad about communicating that.
So here we are, informing you.
Yeah. Also, restaurants, smash burgers. Like, let's tell people, same thing with the smash burger. It's coming out one temperature, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're going to, if you're lucky, you're going to get medium. If you're pretty much always else, though, you're going to get fucking medium well. That's just how it is.
There you have it.
That's how they're cooked. So communicate. Okay, so the prep time, we weren't asked how the sliders were cooked. We had to send 2 steaks back for not being cooked to the right temperature, and everyone's mashed potatoes were very cold.
Ooh.
When the steaks were brought back, only 1 steak came out cooked to temperature that was ordered. The manager only came over to address the appetizer order. She didn't greet us or ask us any additional questions about our meal other than, I heard there was an issue with the sliders. The server was the hero tonight. He presented us with a smiling face and apologized for the food not being at the right temperature. His attitude is what we're used to when visiting.
Okay. Well, way to go, server, for saving the day from your incompetent twat of a manager.
Yeah.
Because she clearly doesn't know how to customer
Tall,
relations.
Twatty manager. Not that I would know that at all.
I haven't seen her before or anything.
No, but
I don't know
also,
her face.
But also that restaurant, you may recall on an earlier episode, I talked about flipping out on a chef because he wouldn't use a meat thermometer.
Oh, is it the same guy?
And I was like, I will go to my fucking backpack and give you mine because you clearly need it.
I will single-handedly temp every
fucking one of them. Yes.
Everyone.
This was that restaurant.
Ooh.
So that's a thing with this place that is continuing.
Temp your meat, man.
It's really like, okay, you have one job.
Your fingers are too callous from rubbing one out. You can't use your fingertips, bud.
You've been in the tugging corner way too long.
Step aside.
But seriously, chefs, the fuck, man? Use a meat thermometer. You're not a Michelin-starred chef, dude. You're just not. You and you as well. And I'm not saying this to be an asshole. Just all 3 of you listen to me and use the goddamn meat thermometer. You carry it around with you in your chef coat. Do your job.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Aggressive.
I'm very aggressive. It's, again, this sickness is really bringing out the most raw in me, and I'm kind of liking it. It feels fresh.
Get up. Come on, get down with that sickness.
Local man refuses to get down with sickness. Details at 11.
I have one from another restaurant that I didn't work at so recently, but it's not too far in my past.
Okay. Is it like medium rare in the past?
Yeah.
Hey.
So they got the ribeye. $45 they say for that ribeye.
Wow.
Supposed to be the house special, they said on that ribeye.
Come for the ribeye, they said. It'll be great, they said.
It looked and felt like it was boiled.
Oh.
There was no sear on it at all. The potatoes were clumpy and cold.
Oh.
It was actually horrible.
No.
But wait, they say, I should have got the prime rib. I love how they think a different cut of meat was going to be treated differently.
Well, yeah, obviously. You treat each of them.
Should have got that prime rib.
Totally, their personalities are different. You can't fundamentally just talk to a ribeye the same as you would a prime rib. I mean, my God, where are we?
If I ever go back, though, I will definitely get the prime rib.
That'll fix it.
The bread was great! Exclamation point.
Hell yeah.
The escargot was so with the puff pastry. I don't know. Not really. No garlic. Very bland. I was wondering if it's because of the area being filled with older people. I mean, I'm 70 and all, but I like flavor.
Flavor profiling? Was that flavor profiling? Whoa. Gotta watch out for that shit. That's bad.
So that was a 3 stars again, and I had to be because of that delicious bread and the regret over that prime rib.
I'll tell you, man, I've definitely been places where a good bread has saved a meal.
Oh yeah.
I mean, let's really not bag on the power of
bread?
of a strong piece of bread.
Yeah.
That masks a lot of fucking flaws.
You know what's messed up? Like going to Outback, being that it is a chain. That's one of those places where, as a kid, everybody's all about the Bloomin' Onion and those other apps, and I was always like, I want that weird brown bread they serve because it's so good.
Dude, I'm such a bread proponent. Like I can't go to Olive Garden other than the fact that it's also kind of gross, but I will just get way too involved with the bread. That's all I need.
The other thing I realized was that they had real butter, and my house was very much a margarine house.
Oh.
So then I, as an adult, I deduced, oh, wait a minute.
Butter's
they actually
way better.
use real butter.
Yeah. I can believe it's not butter. I actually completely can. All right, how's about a 1-star review?
Okay.
From another semi-recent restaurant that I've worked. The veal was excellent, but the sides were cold. Potato pancakes, mushy and lukewarm. Sent them back. Unacceptable.
Yes, rude.
This is why you know that I was not working there.
Yeah, Jews don't take kindly to that.
And this next phrase, manager was unapologetic and not very cordial.
Oh,
and if there's one thing we all know that I am, is cordial. He comped the sides, but that was it. Will not be returning to this restaurant. 1 star.
What do you want him to do? Kiss your hands?
Well, okay, so let's go with this. The veal was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
All right? But the sides were cold.
Okay.
Manager comped the sides.
Okay.
But that was it.
Well, the veal was excellent.
Right.
You said the veal was excellent.
It was literally the first 3 words of the review.
What the fuck do you want from me?
But the sides were cold, so the manager comped the sides.
Because they were the issue.
But that was it. 1 star. Never coming back.
God damn. You know, for every one of you not coming back, there are 10 in your place.
I'm just going to say this right now. The San Pellegrino was slightly flat, but they still made me pay for my entree.
Oh, my goodness.
Can I give it 0 stars? I'm going to firebomb the place.
Oh, my.
So strange.
So I got a doozy of one for you.
Ooh, I like doozies.
This is for the out-of-towners out there.
Oh, hey, guys.
You
Thanks for coming in.
tourists who like to clog up our area and then get pissed that we don't always have that southern charm that you expect, because clearly in the South, we're happy all the fucking time? Question mark?
Except for weekends. No happy hours on the weekends.
But
also, thanks for your delightful tourist dollars. It's how I get to put food in the cat interns' bellies.
Not really. We would still make the same money. We still make the same money. When you're not here, we get paid the fucking same. Asshole.
I like seeing you sick and mean. This is an awesome version of Pixie. I'm really, really enjoying this.
So this was my first time eating here. We're from out of town.
Oh.
Just wanted to grab something to eat and relax in our rental. The food was horrible.
Horrible?
I got a 16-ounce ribeye for $40.
Not bad.
It was completely burnt. I'm talking charcoal black.
How did you order it? Also, was it the blackened ribeye?
Don't know, but they couldn't even eat it. Also, got the crab stuffed shrimp scampi for $30. I grew up around here.
Oh.
And with fresh seafood everywhere, but this crab and shrimp, it had been days old by the smell. Pure rotten. The smell of the to-go plate when I opened it made me want to puke. Okay.
Okay. All right. Finish, because I have questions.
Okay.
I have questions.
I wasn't going to drive back another 20 minutes there and back, so I just put it in the trash, went to Food Lion, bought some food, and cooked it. Definitely take the time to check the Togo food at this place. We will never stop here again. Hope everyone else's food was better than we got.
Okay. Can I ask?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So they wanted something good to eat and relax at our rental.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. So it was not clear to me that they were doing this as a to-go order.
Yeah, but
that took me a second.
Yeah.
Because then I was like, well, wait a minute. Why are they talking about Togo? And I got very, very confused on that one. So the food was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow they're complaining about the prices, which the
prices aren't bad, to be perfectly
from out
honest.
of town, but they grew up around there, but
they have a rental.
I have no
idea.
Yeah, it's very, very confused. I'm confused. It's not confused. I'm the one that's confused. Now, the one thing that I do know about this place is that the ribeye that they are referring to is on the menu titled blackened ribeye.
Yeah.
It's in the descriptor so that it was
seasoned
blacked,
to be blackened.
Right, yeah, that's
yes.
Kind of comes with that. And I don't know how something that is cooked, like a crab stuffed shrimp scampi, would then smell rotten.
Yeah.
I mean this legitimately. There are certain things that I'm not very smart about.
My guess would be it smelled fishy.
Raw food smells rotten, right? No, I'm like legitimately, like I'm asking this question. Like when raw meat is out and it's rotten, you can smell it.
When raw meat is out and it's rotten, you can smell it, yes.
But when it's cooked, it masks that smell. Like it doesn't smell rotten, right?
I would disagree.
Okay.
It doesn't.
I also have no septum in my nose, so my sniffer doesn't work very well.
It doesn't make it as offensive. You can still. I'm very sensitive with my
you've
nose.
got all the smell.
Yeah, I have like a bloodhound nose, so I can definitely smell when meat is about to turn. Also looking at it, obviously. But when you cook it, if you were to cut into it, I can definitely smell it's off.
Really?
Yeah.
After it's cooked?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, unless they like pound it with seasonings and then
which
all I'm
typically,
smelling is seasoning.
I mean, yeah, you're gonna get that though.
My issue is with this review. Okay, listen, I know that we're near water, so you think that seafood is always fresh. Like somehow the bounty of the sea is literally at our beach. And we go out every day on a little boat and we get the fish and cook it at our restaurant.
In the middle of the parking lot by the Kroger.
Yeah, that's not a fucking
whatever.
thing, people. Usually, it's fresh fish from somewhere else that's been vacuum sealed. Hate to bring you behind the curtain on that, but that's like 80% of the time, that's what fucking happens. Sorry I ruined the surprise.
Well,
I wasted the good surprise on you.
Well, I love your pissiness. This is so great. God, I'm usually the dick. This is great. No, but like the thing for me when it does come to that is, again, people are like, oh, well, you're by the ocean. And they don't understand that certain varietals don't live in certain parts of oceans.
Yeah, mahi-mahi isn't running off the coast of our fucking waters where we can just go out and stab a fucking fish.
We're
not spearfishing for mahi-mahi here.
The crab on the all-you-can-eat crab menu is surprisingly not... from these, the Alaskan crab is not...
We're not near Alaska?
What?
Do we have Dungeness crab? I don't want a dungeon.
But no, I mean, it's there is that part of your common sense brain that's like, water there, fish live water, we near water. But,
thus water fish.
Right.
Yay, fresh.
Right.
No, not true.
But it doesn't work that way.
Also, there are large varieties of fish that are farmed, people. That's another thing. So, yeah, you're getting it. And yeah, to a degree, it is fresh because by flash freezing it, it slows bacterial process from taking over. Okay? So you're not getting poisoned fish. It's not bad, but it's not from our waters.
I worked at a place where, we would always get with, especially salmon. Is it
local salmon?
Is it farmed or is it fresh?
Oh.
And the funny thing is that this place that we got our salmon from was literally both.
Oh, weird.
It was in the actual ocean, but it was a segregated, like farmed out little part of it. So it wasn't like in a pond in somebody's fishery. It was wild.
Yeah.
But it was farmed in that little wild thing. So it was always like, yes.
Yes, to both of those
exactly.
things.
They are absolutely, in this case, not mutually exclusive. And it was very, very hard to explain that to people.
But can't we do both?
No, we can't. We can only have one thing, and this is the one thing that we have.
Oh, my.
Now, this one comes with an update at the end.
Okay.
So clearly these people in my brain are listeners to the show and know how much I hate when we have an incomplete story and I don't get my full fulfillment on it. So thank you for them for this. This is a 2-star review.
Okay.
And I'm guessing that they changed it from a 1-star review because of said update.
Okay. And that's why it's an updated review.
Yes. Awful food. Poor customer service. Ordered $150 worth of Togo food that was unpalatable and missing items.
Oh, my.
The only person who enjoyed their food was our 8-month-old, who enjoyed the kids' spaghetti. Who doesn't like biscotti?
It's delicious.
But now your biscotti is worms. I contacted them. Actually, I'm not going to make up for their bad grammar. Contacted the manager the next day regarding poor quality of food and provided with poor customer service by manager.
Well, fuck that manager.
The manager apologized and offered a gift card for half of the amount wasted on food that went in the trash. She asked if I was satisfied, and I said no. I expected a refund. Stated there be a gift card.
Okay.
No capital letters in that either.
Okay.
It was, she asked if I was satisfied, and I said no. I expected a refund, period, lowercase, stated there be a gift card, period.
Okay.
So take that.
Yeah.
Frankly, I don't ever want to eat there again after this. $150 for an overdone steak that tasted like it had freezer burn and the seafood trio that was overpriced and prepared wrong. Update? Are you ready?
Sure.
Manager did provide me with a complete refund.
Well, then.
After your bad customer service and stated there be a gift card.
You were a proper bitch enough to where this manager gave you a gift card. That's all I'm hearing.
No, it wasn't a gift card. They refunded it.
Oh.
They were going to do the gift card.
Oh.
But then she be no.
She be no.
There be refund. 2-star.
Give me 2-star.
2-star now.
Yeah.
Bong.
What the hell? All I know is listen real carefully. I want you to look in my eyes.
I'm looking at your eyes.
No, not you. Our listeners.
Fine.
Look into my eyes. When you take food from the restaurant, put it in a vehicle of any kind, drive it to wherever the hell you're going, and open up that fucking styrofoam container, you have damaged what that dish was intended to be. And you're a fucking asshole. We are not McDonald's. Go to a McDonald's, you fucking twat.
You're so mean.
Dude.
I love it. No, but, okay, so.
You know what? I want every one of you to make me a dish in your kitchen. Let me drive around for a half an hour, go into my house, pull it out of the fucking container after my cats zoom all over it, and then fucking tell me how you deserve more than my 1-star review when it tastes like shit in my house.
So, what Pixie means to say is, for serious, when there are certain types of food that travel well, right? We know this.
Yeah, McDonald's.
Even McDonald's. The fries?
Yeah.
You give those fries like 7 minutes
I'm going to say
away
10
from
to
the
15.
heat. Nah, I'll give you 9.
Fine. I'll take the 9.
9 and they start to turn. Pretty
Okay.
fucking fast. Like they go from fine to not fine quick. That's the problem.
Yeah.
But so not all food travels well. And the the more higher end you go with food, really the less travelable you're talking.
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking seafood.
Ew.
Like seafood is the worst traveler food.
Yeah,
You
don't do it.
want to do it.
Don't do it. Just don't.
So when you do order from higher end establishments, that's my chair. It's a little bit more frustrating because the quality control, as you're saying, Pixie, does go out the window.
Exactly.
The second it gets put in the container and sat down, after that, as a restaurant, we have no control over it. And that's what kills us. That's where it comes down to the point where it's like you almost don't want to do it because you don't know if the person is going to be right on time to pick it up, if they're going to be late.
Yeah.
How far away do they live? Because a lobster dish, a seafood trio dish, coming out and sitting around for 45 minutes from being finished in the box, in the car, on the way home to your table.
Yeah.
That whole thing is just, it's not going to be what the dish is supposed to be.
True.
And so then as the restaurant, we feel like shit because it's like, dude, we did all that we could and it's not built to do that thing.
Yeah.
Also, on your end, people, watch out for like the delivery places and the pickup places because they do not do a great job of getting there timely
It's not just that.
or keeping things warm.
You know what's going on there? and I hate to burst your bubble. And again, peek behind the curtain, but my girlfriend used to deliver food for the like community that drives around and picks up food. They're not just picking up your order. So like Samantha J, we're not just getting your food.
Yeah,
we're
no.
getting Harry T and Marsha M, their fucking food as well. And we don't know what order we're going to drive back in.
And we don't know what order they came out in.
So your shit is sitting in their fucking van being tossed about, and, you know, it's going to taste like crap, man.
And not only do we not want you to have crappy food, but we also don't want that blame placed upon
Our cooks.
the restaurant or the cooks when you're talking about a delivery situation.
Yeah, that's not us.
That's some Russian roulette shit, man.
Yeah, that's
like,
on you.
You're taking a lot into your own hands.
This next review is me, Pixie, defending you, the customer. I know. What?
Yes. Get
Fucking
mad.
Crazy.
Get mad at the restaurant.
I am.
Fuck that place.
Because this one was inexcusable, and I apologize.
Now, is this a place that I worked at? You worked at?
It's a place you worked at.
Nice.
But I know it well. I've been there. I've eaten there as a patron and drank at the bar. And
that's exactly what I was going to ask you. It's
Yeah.
very funny. I was going to say, did you get drunk there?
I did. I got shit-faced there.
Were you possibly incognito?
Oh, hey, but I held my vomit home till I was in my own toilet.
Proud of you.
Thank you. So this person left a 1 star, and, you know, to a degree, justly done. They waited over an hour on a Sunday, non-peak season, which for us, again, tourists, it was in the evening, and they were waiting to be seated. So already they have a long wait, and they're cranky. We told our waitress twice and another restaurant person, but they were given no explanation for what was going on with their food, other than, wow, not sure what's going on. I mean, right?
Who knows?
It's a mystery. Who knows where food comes from?
It
It
just
just appears. The food finally arrived an hour and 20 minutes later.
Oh.
Even worse, though, for them, the food arrived
Luked?
Yes.
They luked it. Thus, it was lukewarm.
It was lukewarm.
Because it got luked.
Cool hand, Luke.
What's funny is, I think like 10 years ago, there actually used to be a chef at this place.
Name Luke?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
No one from the restaurant offered them a discount on the bill.
Well, I mean.
No free dessert. Nothing.
Not even a drink?
Nope.
That's awesome customer service.
So this restaurant, in my opinion, totally did you wrong. You're justified for your 1-star review. They were shitty, okay?
Kill it with fire.
Yeah, you are totally right. Now, here's where you go wrong. And I'm sorry, but you did. I wrote a note on my receipt giving them my phone number and email address. If you think we care, we don't.
Well, no. I mean, we do.
Well, we
But
care.
you're saying that from the version of that restaurant.
This restaurant does
'Cause,
not care.
Yeah, if they were going to do something,
They'd have done
they
it.
would have done it. Yeah.
Yeah. When they didn't give you any sort of discount or a free dessert, I mean,
Yeah, that's
dude, they didn't care. Their hearts weren't in it. I don't know what happened to them that day. I don't know what was going on in their kitchen. I don't know what your server's personal life was like. Maybe her kids were taken away. Who the hell knows?
Still.
But you got shitty service. So then you go on to say, crickets will never go back, not worth the high prices, very average and poor customer service.
Average food.
Yeah, average food. But they said very average tasting food.
I see. Okay. What you should have done for this follow-up.
Yes.
Now, if the restaurant's taking an hour and 20 minutes to get you your very average tasting food, if they are not doing anything to comp any part of your bill for your time and trouble, as Pixie stated, writing your name and number and expecting them to call you,
Ain't gonna happen.
like, I'm sorry, he's just not that into you.
Yeah.
You need to call the restaurant back is what
Yes.
you need to do.
You need to be
always,
harping on them.
if you are unhappy with your meals and stuff, again, we here for you. What you do is you take your itemized receipt with you,
Yes.
as well as your customer copy
Yeah.
with you. You then call the restaurant. You have your bill, you have your check number, you have your server name, you have the time, all of that information. Use with the management. Tell them, this is who I am, this is where I was, this is the bill. They can look it up in the computer. They can get that, and they can do something with that.
Yeah, they can actually refund you from there.
If you're like, oh, I ate there on like Thursday a week or so ago.
I don't remember my server's name. I didn't ask.
I don't know. I don't have my receipt.
He
but
was
it
a
was
guy.
Like, it was
he
around
had like
4.
hair. Yeah.
It was around 4. I had a steak. Like that does
us shit.
No. And then you're going to get mad because we can't do anything.
Yeah.
But use the tools at your disposal. And for the love of God, hell yeah. If
this is totally justified,
I'd be
and
fucking mortified. If
you
I was a
deserve
manager,
something.
I'd be fucking mortified by that.
Yeah, I gotta say, it would definitely. I would feel bad about the service we gave you. Like, for as much as I act like, oh, fucking, there's 10 more to replace you. If it's the establishment
that's
I'm working,
egregiously bad,
if it's
though.
the establishment I'm working for, I don't ever want to be that for you.
Yeah.
I want you to have a good time. I can't tell you the ridiculous shit I do to make sure people have a great evening for their vacation.
Yeah.
I've taken photos of them. I positioned them with the band in the background and the water feature and did a whole, here's 50 photos of you sounding and looking amazing. I took video. We brought you a brownie with a candle. Ooh la la.
I've actually created a dessert on a plate that a husband had bought his wife like a big fancy jewelry something because it was her birthday, and clearly he fucked something up.
Oh.
And he wanted a special dessert with the box on there.
Mm-hmm.
And this was as my time as a manager who moonlit as a pastry chef.
Ah.
And so I created this whole fucking beautiful plate display of like dessert plus like the centerpiece and like chocolate heart fucking going around stuff and everything.
I think you sent me a photo of that.
I was proud as shit of that. The best part of the story was everybody in the restaurant was like, oh, wow. And the woman opened up, and I think it was like a ring. It was a huge fucking ring. And she was like, uh-huh.
Oh, he fucked up for sure.
Super bad. Like, she had no response. Like, when we brought out the dessert and everybody was like, it was, candles fucking singing.
Oy.
She was just like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He fucked her sister.
That's nice, I guess. Oh, yeah. His penis was definitely on or in somewhere it should not have been.
Yeah.
Because that's not a human response to that.
You screwed the pooch,
at all.
possibly literally. And we don't advocate for that because we like dogs. So don't do that.
It's fucking terrible.
Bad man. You're a bad man. You know what you did.
All right. So this next one here, which I think we're going to wind up making this episode a 2-parter.
Okay.
All right.
That's fair.
So this is going to rind up. Wow. Okay. Yeah. No. Definitely a 2-parter. So we are going to wind up part 1 of I'd give it a 0 stars if I could with a 2-star review.
Oh, well,
Okay.
that's ending it a little bit more positive.
This, as it turns out, is a restaurant, I'll say it, in this area. That's right.
Gasp.
Uh-huh. Yep. That's it. Here we go. We were so excited to try this place.
So excited.
They just couldn't hide it. They were about to lose control, but you know what? I think they liked it.
Aw.
Yeah.
I miss my grandpa. He loved that song.
Who doesn't?
And his English was terrible, but he would be like, I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I'm so excited. It was adorable.
Oh, so these folks, they were so excited to try this place due to recommendations and reviews. They were seated right away, 5 stars, and the hostess was wonderfully nice.
Aw.
The food was fine.
Ugh.
Service, and again, aight.
Ooh.
AIGHT, no punctuation.
They meant that.
Mm-hmm. Biggest reason for 2 stars, dash, which I never do, question mark.
Yeah, I'm thinking you do that.
But also grammar. Because biggest reason for 2 stars, dash, which I never do, question mark, next sentence. Nowhere does it state that wheelchair accessibility is nearly non-existent, and that certain staff would look at you like they're being totally inconvenienced to step aside for her to pass. Who's her?
I don't know, but she a lady.
Well, it's actually, my poor mother was nearly in tears. Compassion, anyone?
That's awful.
Wheelchair accessibility. Dining room probably only enough to pass regulations. Bathroom was a nightmare. took a degree in physics and geometry to patronage? Totally unacceptable.
Well, that's a confusing review.
I'm
However,
really confused. Now, part of this is complete genuine stuff. Yes, wheelchair and handicap accessibility is a big fucking deal.
that's fucked up.
I will say this in a restaurant's defense, though. When it comes to like parking lots especially, restaurants don't build their parking lot structure or put in typically where handicap parking is.
Actually,
that's not controllable.
Let me back you up on this, but also clarify. So we as the restaurant don't get to say how this area was already pre-built, let alone how the restaurant is going to adapt its structure when it changes hands. Yes. And certainly us employees definitely have no control of that. Like your server, no control over whether or not there's handicap accessibility. It sucks and it's fucked up. And
I will say, typically, handicap accessibility is not great. I don't know that I've really seen anywhere that it's
the island,
like, wow.
It sucks.
And out here where there are, especially an older-leaning population, it does get even harder.
You think they get it
because
together.
There's a lot of folks that need to utilize it.
Yeah.
I have also, though, seen some restaurants that if I was on the other side, I would be like, you did this on purpose.
Yeah.
But again, it's you can't, there's only but so much that the restaurant can do when it comes to the physical accessibility of that area, because the restaurant typically doesn't own like the entirety of the everything that it's on.
Also, I'm sure you've seen the restaurants that used to be like, I don't know, a bank.
Yeah.
it's not their fault.
It comes like that.
Yeah, and you don't get to make those changes because then you have to get all of the paperwork and approvals, and I can tell you in this area, it ain't gonna fucking happen.
In most areas, it's slow goings. Much like my brain, it's slow goings.
And we apologize for that.
Yeah. So we are going to put a pin and come back again next week with part 2 of I'd Give It 0 stars if I could. More bad reviews of places that Boomer and Pixie have, in fact, shilled our trade.
Mm-hmm.
And we are going to go a little bit more across the board, too.
Yeah.
We've got some retail outlets I'm quite excited about, and some other venues of our atrocities that have come across in places that we have worked. Thank you so much for tuning in, as always, and please help the show out if you don't mind. Go to patreon.com/serviceentrancepeople. You can become a producer at multiple different levels. The Karen, the Florida Man, the Von Uppity. The Von Uppity, those are our executive producers who are
Chris Moore and Chuck Cumberland. Big thanks to you.
Thank you both. For every producership level, you do get free stuff and access to all of our bonus contents and material. If you want to do possibly a one-time donation to the show, you can go to paypal.com, Service Entrance Peeps.
Yep.
Is that correct?
PayPal at Service Entrance Peeps.
$1 or $1 million, anything helps the show out. If you'd like to become a content producer,
which is absolutely free.
It is free, and we've got our content producers, Jeff Teal and Chef Hope, to thank. You can send us stories at serviceentrancepeople@gmail.com, or you can leave us voicemails at 854-345-7721.
Don't forget the social media. You can go to Facebook, Service Entrance People Podcast, or Instagram. You can DM us at Service Entrance People Pod.
Girl, who all up in your DM?
Hopefully people who love this podcast.
I hope so, too, and it certainly does seem that way.
Don't forget that you can also check out our YouTube channel.
Yes,
Where's
you can.
that at, Boomer?
That is YouTube at Service Entrance People. We've got all the episodes up there with closed captioning available for our hearing impaired listeners. We appreciate you guys tuning in via the YouTubes. And one of these days, we are going to learn video.
Yeah, one day.
And we will do some video stuff. And actually, I'm going to tease it now, and I'll tease it again next week. But this whole concept of bad reviews of places we've worked.
Yes.
We have a friend of the program by the name of Courtney Gaines, who you out there may know from such movies as The Burbs or Can't Buy Me Love or Children of the Corn, where my friend Courtney played Malachi.
Yep.
Well, Courtney is going to be a guest on the program in an upcoming episode.
Super nice guy.
And he wants to dive in and do bad reviews of his movies.
Oh, fantastic.
And when I had told him about it originally, the best part was he whipped off a review from when Children of the Corn came out.
Oh, my God.
When he was like 18. And the guy was talking shit about him.
Poor
and he's like,
you're
a grown man in fucking Iowa and you're bashing my shit.
Yeah.
Well, look at me now, fucker. Like, fuck you. So we're actually, I'm really, really gonna, we will pimp the shit out of this because I'm so excited to have Courtney on and to be able to do this because I think it'll be really funny too because it's interesting. For us, it's just like, a restaurant, a shop, a whatever.
Yeah.
But this is something where, like, he can literally have the last laugh because it's like, you think I sucked then, but the movie's a cult classic.
Yeah.
Like,
I go to conventions and make money, bitch,
exactly.
to have people take my photo.
Phil Anselmo was excited to meet me.
Yeah.
Like, come on. So we're super, super stoked about that. We'll keep you updated as to when exactly that episode will be airing, obviously, but... super excited. Anyway, and with that, we do bid you a fond adieu, and we will talk to you again Wednesday, midnight, East Coast time. I'm Boomer.
And I'm Pixie. Adios.
Can I say I won't give it up?
What's up, everybody? My name is Brian Chartrand. I'm a singer-songwriter based in Phoenix, Arizona, and I started a podcast called So the Story Goes with Brian Chartrand. It's a podcast that connects with creatives, mainly creatives here in Phoenix, but also international touring artists, names that you definitely will recognize. And we talk about everything from pop culture to music to art, how they stayed creative during the pandemic. It's a lot of fun, especially if you love music, and I know you do. I'm also old friends with your dear friend, Boomer. I hope you check out So the Story Goes. I think you'll dig it. You can find it at Apple Podcasts, on Amazon. Join us for the next conversation. We're celebrating 100 episodes. Thanks for listening.